Hi everyone and welcome back to the Cat Hour. It's been a minute and we are really excited to get back at it and talk about cats with y'all. So, yeah, welcome back. Hi Crystal, how are you doing today?
Hello, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Very excited to hear what cat news you have for me today. But before we get into that, you know the drill. If you're not part of our amazing Catster community, please join in on the fun, join in on the cat education. We post a bunch of amazing videos every week. We have great social media pages with a lot of useful cat content and information on there. So, if you love cats and you want to become the absolute best cat owner that you can be, I would highly recommend joining our Catster community. So, yeah, let's get into it.
Fabulous. So as always, we're going to be starting off with cat news. It was a bit difficult making my selection this week. There's not a lot going on from what I could find. I have one depressing one and one very motivational one, and I was just going to decide how I feel today, which one I want to share. But I figured let's start off with some positivity and go for the
Yes,
positive one.
please.
So, without further ado, over 700 cats saved after TikTok star saves injured cat and raises $190,000. So
Wow.
basically, there's this man on TikTok. His name is Spencer, and he makes videos where he basically mows overgrown lawns of grass, and then he kind of does like
Okay.
a satisfactory before and after videos and like time lapses of how he mowed the lawn. But the lawns that he mows are really like out of control. It's not like your regular
Okay.
1 month growth. It's like wild. So
Out of whack.
the other day, yes, out of whack. um, the other day he was mowing along. Oh, I have to say this as well. He has 10 million followers almost on TikTok and 2 million followers on YouTube. So quite a substantial audience of people watching him mow on the regular. During a visit to the Lone Star Estate in February, he came across an injured cat tucked between the weeds of a severely overgrown lawn that he was mowing in Corpus Christi. The cat, who was not named then, but the cat was then named after this whole thing. The cat had multiple puncture wounds that had developed into an infected abscess from some kind of attack, either from a cat or from a dog. So he obviously didn't leave it there, and he took the cat to a sanctuary, Edgar and Ivy's cat sanctuary. And he apparently called multiple rescues in the area, and they were the only one that accepted the injured cat. So they fixed the cat up, gave him or her what it needed, and he was obviously very grateful that the sanctuary was able to save the cat, and he gave them all the money that he had on him, which at the time was $100. And he decided to start a GoFundMe so that he could help the shelter. And he told them he might be able to get them like $10,000 through the help of his followers. Obviously, this exploded, and he eventually got them a donation of $190,000 from his audience
Wow.
and people that donated through the GoFundMe, which is
That's
crazy. And
incredible.
it really
That's
is.
a lot of
It really
money.
is. It is. And before this, prior to this whole incident happening and the GoFundMe and everything, the lady that was running the sanctuary was actually thinking of giving up because she had to fund everything out of her own pocket. And
Oh my
she said it was
word.
about $80,000 a year in medication and supplies. And she really thought it was like the end of the road because she just couldn't afford it anymore. And then
Oh, that's
and then
terrible.
this happened. So They have now built a new building in honor of Spencer. It's called the SB Mowing Community Wellness Center. And
Wow.
basically just to thank him for his help and so on and so forth. But yeah, pretty crazy, very positive. And the cat's name is
Hmm.
now SB.
Very, very fitting.
ESBEE. SB.
Oh, oh, that's a great story. That is definitely warms the heart. I mean, shelters really do have a lot of expenses and not always a lot of revenue coming in. So that's just a
Yep.
beautiful story. I'm really happy for them and happy for the cat. Imagine he didn't find the cat.
Yes, it was literally like it was fate. And apparently
Mm,
now everyone is like fighting to adopt the cat because the cat is basically now also famous.
yeah,
But I don't think she has been adopted just yet. It sounds like they don't want the cat to end up in the wrong hands and for the wrong
yeah.
reasons.
Thank you for sharing. That really makes me happy. Definitely, I think you chose the right story between your two
Yeah,
options.
agree.
So, a black and white cat named Marley is a finalist in this year's National Cat Awards, an event organized by Charity Cats Protection, highlighting the incredible bond between cats and humans. So, Marley is a finalist in the Incredible Cats category for his incredible work supporting women in safe houses. So,
Wow.
Marley is the resident support cat at a safe house in London for women who have been enslaved, exploited, and trafficked. Often, Morley is placing a gentle paw on our guests' legs, and that is the first kindness they've experienced in years, according to the head of the house. He has this incredible gift of empathy, knowing instinctively who needs him, she says. So what's interesting about this? I mean, it's obviously it's great that to give these women, emotional support, animal therapy, and the whole initiative around it is amazing. But what caught my eye was that apparently, according to the head of the house, they adopted Marley 4 years ago, and they thought that they assumed that he suffered a lot of abuse because he is terrified of men around the age of 30. So it's
Hmm.
almost as if he recognizes the trauma in the women in the safe houses because he's like specifically has a thing with men at a certain age. So yeah, I just thought that's incredible. I mean, I think all cat owners know that cats know more than we think they do. And I mean, this is just kind of seals the deal. I mean, the fact that he recognizes that some women maybe need a little bit more TLC than others, or, when and where to show up. I think that's really special. And I mean, great for the safe house and great for Charity Cats Protection to have these kinds of awards and to bring awareness to these kinds of situations. I think that's really great. Yeah, so I thought that was cute story to share.
Yeah, that's extraordinary. I mean, I feel like you always read and hear about animals' amazing like intuitions and like
Mm,
healing properties that they possess. Hearing and seeing something like that in action is just crazy.
yeah,
There's this quote that
must be.
says, in 9 lifetimes, you will never know as much about your cat as they do about you. I stand under correction about the
Ooh.
quote, but that's definitely true. I mean, they see
Mm,
you every single day, they hear every conversation. Not that they can necessarily like beep, 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 but they do be
yeah.
knowing what's up. They do
Mm,
know. And we're very, very lucky
yeah.
actually that cats can't talk. Well, I'm very grateful that Ivy can't talk because she's seen and heard some things.
Mm. She's gonna give away all the secrets. Yeah, that's
Yep.
true.
Yep, yep,
That's very
yep.
true. Okay, so let's move on to cat facts.
So, my first fact is that cats can tell when a thunderstorm is coming. So I've always
Oh,
heard that animals can kind of sense things, especially like natural disaster related stuff. Not just cats, but all animals. Like I've read that sometimes before tsunamis or earthquakes, the animals will start acting weird and like migrating
yeah.
to higher areas and points and whatnot.
Mm.
But yeah, cats and many other animals are more sensitive than humans, obviously, to sound, smells, and changes in atmospheric pressure. And their heightened senses can allow them to pick up hints that a storm is coming well before their owners catch wind of it. So, just before a storm, your cat's inner ears may detect the sudden fall in atmospheric pressure, and they may have learned to associate this with an impending storm. Likewise,
Wow.
they also may be able to smell the incoming rain, or, and this was crazy, the characteristic whiff of ozone gas, which is often created by lightning and has a sharp metallic odor. How wild
Wow. Cat
is
facts
that?
and weather facts. We're getting it
Yep.
all today. Okay, that's really interesting. I must say, thinking of it, we had a couple of crazy rain, storms, and flooding in Cape Town on the past 2 weeks, and it's been pretty hectic, much more hectic than previous years. So it was definitely like a little bit of a anomaly. And Millie did act a little bit scared. Not that she's, she knows rain. She's not necessarily scared of the weather, but she acted more cautious of it in a sense. Like she was a bit hidey and, wasn't really feeding herself. So maybe she felt a lot of change and atmospheric pressure.
Or
See,
she
I wish
got
I could ask her, but
a whiff of
she
that
got a
ozone
whiff.
gas.
That
Um,
ozone gas,
that's
man. That
crazy.
metallic things in there. She
She knew what's
knew.
up,
She
what's coming
knew.
down, rather.
Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, now I know. Thank you for the weather fact and the cat fact. That's really interesting. Um, okay. So mine is probably not as crazy as yours or as interesting. So cats are supposed to have 18 toes, which that's my fact. It's pretty interesting. That's a lot of toes to have on one animal.
It
Why do
is a
they
lot
need
of
so
toes.
much? Why 18? And what's also interesting, it's 5 toes on each front paw and 4 toes on each back paw. And then, of course, if your cat has more than that, they are polydactyl. So they have, it's like a genetic mutation that causes them to have extra beans, which the more beans, the merrier. Um,
Preach.
but yeah, I was just like, I don't understand why they need 18 toes. And, well, it's actually two less than us, like fingers and toes. But
That's
why
true.
four on the back? Why four on the back and five in the front? Like, there's obviously some sort of logical
Um,
reason,
I'm
which I should
assuming
have
because they
probably added to my
use,
fact. But
I think it's because they use their front paws a bit more than their
to
back paws
catch.
in the sense of, and also climbing a tree.
Mm,
They obviously go with their front paws first, otherwise that would just be
mm.
bizarre. And yes,
Crazy.
definitely also prey related things.
Yeah.
Those are the only things
Yeah.
that I
That
can
makes
think of.
sense.
But there must
Mm.
be a
Yeah,
reason.
almost
Five
like
five four four.
little thumbs.
Mm, thumbs.
Mm.
Interesting.
Because it is
But it
almost
is
it's below
crazy.
the rest of the beans. It's like on the side, the fifth
It is.
one.
Everyone
Yeah.
count your cat's beans. Now.
Go do that right now and tell us how many they have. The one with the most wins something.
My second one is something that I feel like everyone needs to know. I feel like more people
Mm.
know it now than they would have in the past. I think as pet health and wellness products have kind of improved and are taken more
Mm.
seriously these days than like in the past. Okay, so my fact is
Yeah.
cats prefer their food and water separated. And when I first read this, I was like, that's interesting, because whenever you go into a pet store, you always find those conjoined bowls with the one section
Yeah.
is for the food and the other section is then obviously for the water. But they don't want that. They don't like that. Even in the
Mm.
wild, cats will never keep their food and their water next to each other to avoid contamination. Because obviously, as
Mm.
the bowl maybe moves around when they kind of move it when they're busy there, food bits can go into the water. And for out of all animals, I think cats are probably some of the most finicky animals when it comes to their water and where they drink from.
Mm.
So it makes sense that they don't like their food to be in their water, which I can totally understand. I would also not be a
There's
huge
nothing like soggy cat
fan of
food.
that. And that would then lead to them like not drinking the water at all until you replace it.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
yeah, cats do not enjoy the scent of their food while they're drinking water, and they are turned off by food particles in their water. So if you do have a conjoined bowl, I've now resorted to like putting her kibble in the one side, wet food in the other one, and her water fountain is just like
Same.
very far away, not very far, but a traveling distance away from where her bowls are. So if you didn't know, now you know. And that is definitely something that I feel like they should put on the label because
Yeah.
it just makes sense that you would think one is for
Yeah.
food and one is for water.
Yeah, I think that is actually most of the brands that do that. I think that was their main intention. And I think it's also kind of because dogs don't necessarily have those types of preferences. So if you think, and I mean, in the past, there wasn't as many information available about the differences between dogs and cats. So people were just like, pet food, put the pet food here, pet water here, and there you go. You have a fed and hydrated pet. But yeah, luckily there are more information and what's the word? Like studies done to kind of
Resources.
have the resources to know that cats don't in fact like things that dogs necessarily don't mind. So yeah, just separate the food and water,
Yep,
keep your cat happy, get a fountain.
all as well.
Okay, so cats walk like camels and giraffes. They move both of their right feet first, and then they move both of their left feet. And no other animals walk this way. So cats, giraffes, and camels are the only animals to walk like this.
I'm not gonna lie. I have seen a camel and a giraffe and obviously a cat, and I've never thought
Notice that.
to observe the way that they walk. But I do know what I'm doing after we finish this. Some animal walking is going to be observed. That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a reason for that or if it just is how it is.
I don't know if there's a reason that would explain why those three animals are the only. And also, I'm not 100% sure this is like 100% accurate. It could be, there could be some missing, there could be some missing nuggets of wisdom to fulfill the fact or to verify it rather.
Wild if it is true, because out of all of the animals in the world, those three completely, well, I mean, giraffes and camels are probably more similar to each other, and then cat, giraffe, camel, cat. Very weird.
Yeah.
Very strange.
I should have probably verified it before mentioning it, but it sounded so interesting that I had to put it up here for discussion. Just a disclaimer, everything we talk about isn't like like that is the sole truth, nothing but the truth. Like we're just two cat owners over here chatting about cats. So
Yeah.
please don't come attack us in the comments if we might have something wrong. Educate us, learn us more. If you maybe
let's
know
have a
the
healthy
truth.
discussion about it. No
Yes,
name
that's why we're here.
calling. No rudeness, no name calling. It's number one rule of the cat hour.
Okay, so for the next cat hour, I will not have a new fact. I will instead verify if it's true or not with some supportive footage.
Good plan. Good
Cat,
plan.
camel, cat, walking. Okay.
Giraffe.
Noted. Giraffe. So random. Okay. Cat confessions. We should get a little one of those little chord hammer things.
Yes.
Cat confession chord is now on station. Yeah.
My first confession question, should I say rather, is have you ever given your cat milk?
You're going to get me in trouble with the dates. Yes, I have given Millie a little bit of milk.
Scandalous. Okay, and was she fine?
Yeah. I don't. When I do it, I don't do it a lot. It's literally only happened. I wouldn't be able to put a number on it, but it's really not often. And I always dilute it with water. So she just has the taste of the milk, but it's mainly milk flavored water. So
yeah. I understand. And I've also given Ivy milk, and not only Ivy. I feel like every stray cat that I've ever encountered that was around my house, for some reason, my first thought was always give them food and give them milk. And I blame cartoons for this 110%, because we were literally 100%. Not brainwashed, that's a bit of a intense word, but we were taught basically from a young age that cats drink milk.
Cats
love milk. And it's not that they don't. Yes. It's not that they don't like it, but majority of cats are lactose intolerant. I was very shocked.
Which is crazy.
When I learned this fact, because I was like, that goes against everything I've ever known and heard in my life. But just as a small little bonus fact, apparently they're lactose intolerant because they stop producing the enzyme lactase once their mother's milk becomes unavailable. So they're able to digest it up until they're finished, like drinking milk from their mother, and then that thing that digests the milk kind of like fades away and disappears, which is wild. So other than humans, apparently this is from quite a reliable source, which is National Geographic. No mammal species digests milk after they are weaned, except for us, humans.
Oh. Wow.
So that's very interesting. So they basically just like stop. They just don't want milk anymore. It's so crucial for like the first part of their life, and then it's basically just like, no more milk for me ever. Thank you.
And why are humans the only mammals that can?
I don't drink milk. I don't like the taste of milk, but I do eat cheese. And cheese is made of milk. Hey, this is just very unrelated. I like cheese.
Going off topic here. This is not the human hour. This is the cat hour.
If you really want to give your cat milk and you just can't stop thinking about giving your cat milk, you can give them. I think it's goat's milk, but I do also stand under correction. You
also get lactose-free milk.
Yes.
This isn't very controversial or anything. It's just I've been wondering because Millie's actually never done that, even though it is a pretty popular question that we get from readers. Has Ivy ever pooped outside of the litter box?
No.
Mm, as
No, she
well.
has
Millie
not. She
neither.
also hasn't.
She has one time, like, I missed it, but by accident.
The same has happened to us. I've also seen her in very interesting pooping positions. And she's also missed,
Mm,
but like once. And she was very upset about it, and she did try to cover it, but she obviously couldn't because it was
yeah,
outside.
the ghost
But
scratching.
yes, it's very important to take note when your cat does start like defecating and urinating suddenly outside of their litter
Yeah,
box and it's out of the ordinary. You need to take notes and definitely get them to a vet. Since they can't talk, that is one of the most common ways that they try to tell you that something is
yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
Yep.
something's either wrong health wise or something's wrong with their litter box environment. Like it's not.
It's not up to scratch. Pun intended.
Next up, you, me, you.
Me. Have you ever dressed Millie up in an outfit?
Oh. Yes, not like like a complete outfit. My mother-in-law actually, she had like a clothing line situation. I bought like a fur jacket from there, and she told me that there was some of the material left. So she had the seamstress at the time take the excess fur jacket material and make a little fur jacket without just like a little.
Remember that?
I'll get it. Get it.
It was so cute. Cue elevator music. Oh my word.
Okay, so Millie hates wearing it, so I don't
Wow, that was quick.
often. I have it on standby. I've been waiting for this question for so long. Kidding. Okay, so this is the fur jacket, and then her little neck would be in here, and this would be around her body. So it's like this.
So cute.
Yeah. I'll see if I have some photos of her still in it. And there's a little attachment. So,
Oh my word.
yeah, this is her fur jacket. And she has a little puffer as well, because there was material left from a very cool puffer jacket.
Get out. Get out of here.
How cute. Yes, I have.
Adorable.
I have. How about you?
Okay. No, I haven't. I've wanted to. I've really wanted to. And the other day I saw
The urge
the
is real.
cutest. It is. I saw this little. It was more of an accessory, really, which I feel like she wouldn't maybe mind that much. So maybe I should have gotten it. But it was a little teeny tiny little pink cowboy hat, and I could just see her in that little hat.
Wow.
But then I didn't end up getting it.
We're not on the team of dress your cat up because cats don't like it. And I mean, some cats can definitely be trained, and some cats are more docile than others and allow more. But if your cat doesn't want to be dressed up, don't force it. My second cat confession question is similar to your first one. Do you sometimes give Ivy human food? If so, what?
Okay.
Tread lightly.
Yes, I do. It's not a regular occurrence, but sometimes when I for dinner I get a rotisserie chicken, good old rotassie, and when she's there, when it comes home, she can obviously smell it, and she will not leave me alone. She will assault me for the tiniest shred of that rotisserie chicken. So I make
Yeah.
sure I choose a very, very small part that isn't like close to the skin, like deeper into the chicken. And I give her like one or two
Yeah.
little bits, and she's fine. She loves it. She's fine. She's all good.
Okay. Okay.
And that's all. Um, that's all. The other cat, her orange friend, is kind of like a vacuum cleaner. The other day I was busy doing stuff with grated cheese, and he was also there. He's always present when there's food. And I dropped a piece
Big
of cheese
foodie.
on the floor, yeah. And he ran. I ran. I wanted to pick up the piece of cheese, but he obviously beat me to it because he's closer to the ground, and he ate the piece of cheese. Or he didn't even eat it, he inhaled it.
Oh
And I
wow.
felt really bad because he has quite hectic food allergies. It's been an issue in the past. So I was like, oh
Okay.
no, the
Here it
demise
comes.
of the orange cat. But he's fine. He's
That's
completely
good.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean everything like in super small quantities won't cause like destructive harm, but don't risk it,
Mm-mm.
wherever you can. Mm. But if it
Yeah.
happens, just call your vet or call
Yep.
us. Yeah.
Yep. No, I
Okay.
agree.
Um okay, that's interesting to hear that you only give her some chicken.
You?
I also give Melly. No, I don't. Nothing crazy. I don't know why I'm looking so guilty. Unseasoned cooked chicken. She's a big, big fan. I have in the past, like, this is the cat confession court, so here I go. I have in the past given her tuna, and you're not supposed to do
Okay.
that. The list of reasons why you shouldn't give a cat tuna is quite substantial, but I didn't know this. It was pre me working with Catster, so I was still an uneducated cat owner, and she loved that. She really loved tuna. It was one of her favorite things. Alas, we had to stop, and she wasn't very happy. And then I've also given her tiny pieces of cheese, just a little
You also paid
bit.
the tax.
Yes. I'm very mindful to not do it often. So it's like maybe once a month she gets a little cheese tax.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
and she
That's not
isn't
that
super
bad.
sensitive to yeah. Yes, and then also
Oh my goodness.
um
The list goes on and on.
very, very occasionally we do give her biltong, which for
Okay, that's
the
fine.
um American folk, it's like beef jerky. In South Africa, we call it biltong. And boy, does she get riled up. She would do anything for a piece. But I also make sure biltong actually isn't good to give to cats as well because it gets cured in salt and sometimes like a acidic type of mixture. So obviously, cats shouldn't have any seasoning or acidity necessarily. So what I do is I just take like the inside piece, like I take the skin off, so it's just like a little piece of meat basically. So that's okay. And then finally, I have also I have also given her like once or twice a little piece of a McDonald's burger patty. Emily isn't super sensitive. She doesn't have a sensitive stomach. She's never had like, crazy vomiting incidents with different types of cat food. So she has a strong stomach and she deserves a little snack. But really, like not frequently. It's a once in a blue moon type of thing. If you do it every day, that's a problem. That's a big problem. Don't stop.
Mm.
Ever so often, once in 1 or 2 months, it's
Yeah, it
okay.
won't do a thing. I mean, it depends obviously on cat to
Your
cat,
cat.
but you know your cat. If you think your cat qualifies for a tiny piece of boiled unseasoned chicken, then let her rip. But if your cat
Yeah.
is sick or has some kind of ailment,
Sensitivity.
rather not.
Mm.
When in doubt,
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. That's a good.
Yep.
That's a good. What's the
Rule of
word?
thumb, if you will.
Yes, good rule of thumb. Yes, and then also lastly, I have also given her some scrambled, some scrambled egg, unseasoned scrambled egg, but that's fine. Cats can eat egg, unseasoned and cooked. It's high in
Okay.
protein.
Does she enjoy
It's
it?
not as much as I thought she would. She doesn't eat a lot of it. I usually actually just, when I make it for myself, I scoot over a little bit for her, which doesn't get seasoned, and basted with lemon juice because that's how I eat it. But anyway, yeah, so egg and everything else that I mentioned is Millie's experience with human food. I know, I'm bad. I'm so
Okay.
bad.
No, I think it could be worse.
Yeah.
I think that when the tuna is the same vibe as milk. Everyone always thinks milk and tuna are for cats. And I also only found out after working here already for like a year that apparently they aren't allowed or supposed to eat tuna. I
Yeah.
never even thought about
Canned
that, but the
tuna.
rest isn't that bad.
Next confession.
Okay, my last confession question is it's not really, would you ever get Millie a friend, a cat friend, a sibling, if you will?
Tough question for multiple reasons. So if it was only up to me, yes. Give me all the cats.
Okay.
I'll take all the cats. If it was up to Millie, the answer would be a no, because she does not play well with others. She likes being an only child. But also, then coming back to me again, no, for now.
Okay.
Just because I actually told myself that Millie is my last pet cat for the foreseeable future, just because it's just too painful when they depart. And I've
Yeah.
said goodbye to many a kitty in the past, and it's just too difficult. Like, I don't know if I can bear it. And also, it's pretty restrictive in the sense that whenever I need to go somewhere for more than 24 hours, I need to get a pet sitter, and pet sitters aren't the easiest. Good pet sitters aren't the easiest to get a hold of. So, I mean, I would, but probably not.
Okay. That's fair, and that's a good like good reasoning. I feel like a lot of people kind of get stuck at the idea of I'm with another cat, another cat, another cat, another cat, because they are, you can never have too, well, I shouldn't say you can never have too many because that contradicts the point I'm going to make, but you should really think about it more in depthly than just getting another cat.
Big decision, big
Yes.
responsibility.
Yep.
It's a living creature at the end of the day, so you got to be able to care for them for potentially 20 plus years. So, yeah. And you?
Ivy does have a friend now because my sister moved in with us and she has a cat, which is the orange cat that I referred to earlier. So I was very worried about them initially because Ivy is very attitudey, very territorial, and I didn't think she would be able to adapt to having another cat share the home with her. But it's actually going very well. After for the last couple of months, they now lie next to each other. They don't touch each other, but they do lie next to each other. They do fight, not really fighting. We'd more call it just like a little with the little paws, but no scratching and no touching.
So they're playing,
So
technically.
I think so. And they do play when they think that no one is watching, because I've spied on them and I can see them having a grand time. But as soon as they see that you see them, it's over. Playtime's over. So I don't know why they do that. It's actually very interesting and very strange. But
It is.
so she does have a friend, but I would not get a third, although I would like to.
Alrighty, the last confession. Would you ever get a tattoo of Ivy?
I was actually going to ask you this question, but then I thought rather not. Yes, I would. And I am planning on it ever since I saw yours, which you have to display.
I will.
So, yeah.
But first, your tattoo. Would it be like a realistic one? Would it be big, small?
I honestly haven't given it a lot of thought, but I think semi realistic. I feel like when you do the portrait, when you go the portrait route, where it's literally like an exact like photo of your pet on you, it's risky because
Yeah.
a lot of tattoo artists obviously will say that they're good at doing that kind of style, but then when it comes down to it, it's
Not.
but I'm planning it. Maybe in our next episode, I'll be able to share some ideas,
Ooh.
mock-ups of what will be.
Excited to see that. And yes, the answer is yes. I have a tattoo of Mali. It's very new. I think I got it like a month ago. And it's perfect.
It is perfect. I can attest
It really is.
to the fact.
Here.
Woo! Look at that.
I mean,
so
if you know
cute.
Millie, that is Millie. I'll put in a little reference picture, but it looks exactly like her, which I couldn't believe it. So yeah, that's my little Millie tat.
Yeah. Very cute, very cute. Does anyone watching this
sober.
have a tattoo of their cat? I haven't seen a lot of people. The most common pet tattoo I've seen is when people take the paws and dip it in like ink. I see a lot of paws, but I haven't seen a lot of actual
portraits. More recently, I've actually seen on Instagram people having or getting tattoos of their cats. So it's definitely it's rising in popularity. But just if you're thinking about it, you gotta vet the artist even more intense than with other tattoos, because if it ends up not looking like your cat, you just have a random cat on your arm, which is probably also okay.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah. I hear what you're saying. But 10 out of 10.
But yes, if there is someone with tattoos, please do share. Share with us.
Yes. We want to see. We want to see.
Okay, alrighty.
Well, that concludes the cat confessions. My cat tip is teach your children about cats. And what I mean by this, there's a slight backstory. I've previously lived in a complex where there were a lot of children and there were also a lot of cats. And on numerous occasions, I would witness the children kind of like, not terrorizing the cats, but like chasing them, picking them up, and just kind of, kidding around with the cats. And the one day I was walking and my cat walks next to me, usually like a little dog, and the children came. They always moved in like a group. It was actually quite scary, but they came and they didn't see me, and a gang, And they didn't see me, but they saw the cat, and they like ran after her and chased her, and she obviously got spooked and she hid in the bushes, and they were like trying to get her out. Not for like malicious, they didn't want to do anything like intense, harmful, but they obviously just wanted to pet her, but they didn't go about it in the right way. And then I was like, hello, please, that's my cat, don't pick her up. She has I think I said she has stitches or something. She didn't have stitches, but and I was also like, why did I lie? It's my cat. I could have just told them, please don't pick up my cat.
And pick her up.
But anyway, so they were just like, okay, whatever. So then I thought about that while I was coming up with a tip, and a lot of people don't teach their children how to interact with any animals actually when it comes to pets in the right way. And that's not good. I mean, if you think about it, your child comes into this world, they don't know anything. You have to teach them everything. They don't know anything. They are a blank canvas. So you teach them everything they know, and then you should definitely include teaching them how to handle animals, especially cats, knowing when to back off when the interaction is over. Because if a cat does end up biting a child out of like stress and because they can't get away, then that cat is traumatized for life, and the kid is also traumatized for life, which is never good. We don't need more cat haters in this world. And always make sure that you give your cat a safe space that they can retreat to if they're feeling stressed, like a safe room or a perch or somewhere they can go when they don't want to interact any longer. And yeah, that's my tip.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a very good tip. I think it's important to mention as well, teach children not to interfere with stray animals, not only for the animal safety, but for your child's safety as well, because stray animals could carry diseases and everything. So teaching your kids to kind of admire animals from afar and not necessarily touching them, especially if they're stray, that's a good rule of thumb. My tip: if you struggle to clean your cat's ears or clip their nails or bathe them or do the usual cat grooming tasks that most people really struggle with, bathing when necessary only. So if you do struggle to do these tasks, consider learning how to safely restrain your cat first before trying any of these tasks, because that kind of preludes all these activities. And if you know how to safely restrain your cat, these other tasks will become easier. We do actually have a really great video and series from one of our vets, Dr. Karyn. I will link it as a card or in the description. So yeah, I definitely benefited a lot from that series, and I think you can too. So definitely check that out if you do struggle with these tasks, because it is hard.
Very good tip. And the nice thing about Dr. Karyn is she knows that not everyone is a qualified veterinarian that has like 20 years of experience. So she does explain and illustrate things with the help of her gang of cats in a very helpful and understandable way, and in a way that you would definitely also be able to do yourself.
Okay, cats of the week.
Okay,
we should get a little theme song, a little jingle.
We actually should. We do need a jingle.
Cats of the week, something like that.
That's really good. We should definitely do that. I like it. It's simple, it's catchy. Okay. So, as always, if you want to submit your cat for Cat of the Week, you can follow us on Instagram, DM us on Instagram, or you can go onto our website. If you haven't already, submit your cat. We want to see your cat.
Yep.
There's a number between 1 and
17.
101. 1. Okay. 17 was already selected previously.
Oh, dang. Oh, wow.
Different number.
42. I feel that one's also actually...
It is. I feel like you choose the same numbers.
How do I have like favorite numbers I'm not aware of?
Maybe.
Clearly. Okay, let me think. 79.
Okay. 79 is there.
Free?
It's here.
Okay.
You will not believe it when you open this folder. It literally ties in so perfectly.
Oh,
do you see?
Dactyl. Yo, that's so cute. Those are some beans, yo.
Those are some beans. It's weird that even though it is what shall we call it, like an abnormality, the beans are still so like perfect.
Wonderful.
Like it doesn't like they're perfectly pink and perfectly bean. It's a young gentleman. His name be Steve. And he is a domestic short hair, and he is polydactyl.
Oh, we love we love Steve.
We love Steve. I love the selection of pictures that were sent in. There's beans. There's a little face with the laptop with the little mouth. There's this is like a Tinder profile picture. They're sitting on the chair, like a suave gentleman. And then the close up is also outstanding.
And the little one where he's holding a flower for you.
Yes.
I think that's pretty romantic. If I've seen anything romantic before. Thank you, Steve, for blessing us with you and your beans. 10 out of 10. Crystal, choose a number between 1 and I don't know.
I'm scared.
You know.
Yes. Okay. 91.
Okay. I'll take it.
Ooh. Ooh.
'Tis a tuxedo. Right?
Is a tuxedo. And
love a tuxedo. Stunning.
The whiskers on tuxedo cats are always magnificent.
Very, very magnificent. And look at those. What do you call it? Eyebrows.
And he's wearing little socks. I love socks so much.
We love tuxedos and we love socks.
So cute.
And we love whiskers.
So cute. Okay, so this kitty's name is Harley. I love to lay on my mommy's chest and snuggle my head under her chin. My favorite toy is my fluffy mousey. I growl when I hold it in my mouth, but I would never hurt anyone.
Oh.
Adorable. Thank you, Harley.
Thank you, Harley. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yep.
Okay. Let's do 22. Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
Oh,
that is some
pearly
whites right over there.
It's a little smile.
This is a very interesting
These photos are like
great,
amazing.
The tongue. We love a cat tongue.
We do love a cat tongue. These photos are absolutely amazing, I must say.
Great.
Wowza. Okay, my cat's name is Fefe or Fefe. I'm not sure. Fefe. That could be anyone. Let's go with Fefe.
Yeah.
Apologies if it is Fefe, but Fefe.
Let us know in the comments.
It now. Okay. Fefe, he's a male tortoiseshell. He's very loving.
Then it probably isn't Fefe if it's a male.
Fefe. Fefe is can be a unisex.
Maybe. Let us know.
I don't know. But yes, do. So he's a very loving and cuddly cat. He loves his wet food and treats, and he screams for his food. He's the goodest boy and is always happy to cuddle. Just looks like a
So
hoot.
cute.
Like so much fun.
He does look like a great time. He looks like he has a great personality, he has the best jokes.
10 out of 10?
10. 10 out of 10. It's got to be a 10.
87.
Oh my word.
Hello.
Oh my word. Oxy-chan, that is the fluffiest ginger cat I ever did see.
That is a very fluffy, very, very fluffy ginger cat. And the cutest little
the
face.
Mouth. He looks so like posh. Really cute face.
All around fabulous.
It's an immediate 10 out of 10. But yes, let's continue.
It has to be. So, Oxy-chan is a Turkish Angora orange female cat. And
wow.
I'm sure we all are aware, but if you weren't aware, that female orange cats are very rare, and majority of them are males. So this little gal is very special, very orange and very special. And yeah, she's a Turkish Angora, which is a very interesting breed that I don't really know a lot about.
Also pretty rare, I think.
Is it?
I think so. You got a special little lady there, owner of Oxy-chan. Protect her at all costs.
Also, yes. Where does this name come from? Oxy-chan.
Yeah.
It's a very interesting name, and it's a two-parter, which is also interesting.
Yeah. Please let us know.
Please do delight us in the details.
Give the backstory.
Of the naming procedure.
2.
Low. Okay.
It's a Bengal. Is it? No, it's not. No, it's a tabby. It's a very Bengal-looking tabby. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cat. Large cat.
Are we looking at Ralphie?
Yes.
He is giving tiger.
Bengal belly, but tabby marking.
Yeah.
It's also the nose is giving Bengal.
Yeah. It looks very he looks very exotic. He is absolutely fabulous.
Wild.
And I love the little tongue on paw.
Yes.
Marvelous. Reading more about Ralphie, he's 7 months old, and he loves cotton buds, and he always tries to steal them from her drawer.
We love a bad boy. We love a bad boy.
We do. We do.
But he also be careful because they are dangerous. Those cotton buds.
Earbuds.
Yes.
And cats do be swallowing things that they aren't supposed to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a huge hazard. Millie also enjoyed playing with it, but then I found out it's not. Well, if you supervise the whole time, it's probably okay, but rather put it away so they can't access it when you're not around.
Lock up the cotton buds. Put them in cotton bud jail. He's very cute. He's absolutely
very cute.
Stunning.
10 out of 10 for Ralphie. Ralphie gets a 10.
Thank you, Ralphie. Yep, Ralphie gets a 10. All right, that concludes our Cats of the Week.
Did we do 5?
Yeah. Yep, yep.
Wow.
Goes so quick. Time flies when you're looking
at
cute cats.
Cats. Yeah, I would sit and look at cats the whole day. But alas, we have things to do. So thank you for joining and tuning in today. It was a pleasure to talk about cats with you, Crystal, and our fellow catsters. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe. Likewise. And check out our website. We have a ton of amazing cat articles and just endless endless amounts of information to learn and become the best cat owner you can be. So definitely check that out, and check out our socials for the best social media content about cats there is. I mean, you don't get better than Catster's stuff. You just don't. So definitely check that out.
Yep. Thank you everyone for joining. See you next time.
See you next time.
Bye.